He's like, oh my, because he just has a way of saying, you know, I may do this. I may, you know, if you lean out of the shot, I may just touch you, you know, during the take. And it's not like the touch that takes you out of the performance. It's like, you know, it's a good ballet.
Jeffrey Rush. Hector Barbosa. I used to tease him with that now and again.
Oh, I love that one thing, you know, Winnie and the Monkey Jack. Subtle. Jack. I wrote him a letter. You were my third choice for this movie. I couldn't get Alec Guinness and I couldn't get Peter Sellers. He's, you know, who else can kind of celebrate this villainy and a kind of Wicked Witch of the North, you know?
Oh, exactly.
You know, he just like really, a lot of actors I think would do it as a kind of paycheck or do it as a, you know, not understand the kind of humor, or play the humor and not understand the kind of inner angst. And I think just sees this role like, oh, these are the good ones. You know, genuinely like, oh, these are the rare opportunities to do something like this. And he kind of celebrates it, you know. I think it's really, and he ends at the same time. The curse is basically out of blue balls. 10 years is a long time to have this kind of villainy, this currency you can't spend. And the look when you like take the apple and take a bite. And
oh yeah,
it's
like,
sort of, yeah. You can. It's like when your Macintosh starts going.
He just looks beautiful. This sort of Margaret Milton of the high seas kind of thing, you know. It's that caliber. I mean, it's that performance.
Oh, yeah. That monkey. I want to kill that monkey. I mean, that's the thing about Jeffrey. If Haley's for that scene, it's basically the trainers going, you know, Tara, click, 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 Tara, click, click, and the monkey turning every which way, couldn't sit still, and I, you know, it's not even, I'm scratching off, you know, the word and, or whatever, we got that, you know, well, we got a message, you know, segment of a sentence before the monkey started to jump off his shoulder, or flip out, or start to freak out because all the pirates surrounding him were really making him uncomfortable, and Jeffrey would just sit there, totally stoic, and then, hey, Missy, you know, he would just, once he felt the monkey stop for a second, he would just, boom, deliver that line, and we'd go, okay, got that line, next, and he would just, for 4 hours, be in that kind of performance. And then halfway through, I was like, we should just start over, I should put the monkey over on like a pedestal, we'll cut to the monkey, you know, and he's like, really cool, he's like, no, this monkey's gonna be good, I can handle it, and he just was...
His sort of, the eyes, the yellow eyes, the sort of hepatitis D eyes, hepatitis Z.
The eye. It's just,
that's
a score.
In London,
Yeah, it was nice.
My initial feeling was that I've just scared this guy. He thinks I'm absolutely out of my mind.
No, I was more like, what? How long can I keep this secret? Yeah.
The nose?
The nose.
Blue nose?
Yeah. I just remember saying it. Well, two things. I knew the film could support Lando's doing Errol Flynn, you know, and the movie, and the other pirates all have rotten teeth, and they look like they're, you know, and we were talking about your whole character. It's when you got to like, I don't know, I think I said to her, so what is it? What? Because I know you're going to play against your good looks. Where's the boundary? And you said, well, I think Jack doesn't have a nose. He lost his nose.
No, it's
in a sword fight.
But it got sewed back on.
Yeah, and it was blue.
And it was blue because the circulation was bad. So then, the thought being that his only real fears are not necessarily death or anything, but the common cold and pepper.
Sneezing,
yeah.
And because, you know, it would be hard to get that thing put back on.
Yeah. And I just thought that would be fun, you know. But as soon as I said it, I thought, this is never going to work. even if you were game for it.
My mind immediately was going, angle. You know, this was Bruckheimer Dick Cook experience, and back home they're talking. Synergy's talking about McDonald's cups and Happy Meals, and after the third bottle of wine at some restaurant in London, we're talking about the nose that's just been slashed off. See, oddly enough, I was actually quite willing to go there. I mean,
you were great about it. I mean, I knew I wanted each other.
I knew I wanted the eye, Mackenzie's eye, only the film. It really, I mean, if you look at Jack Davenport and even Orlando's performance, they're really solid, and in context they're kind of fuel for you to consume. Yeah. I mean, if everybody was doing what you're doing in this movie, it would be a complete disaster. You know what I mean? There's a kind of contrast. And
North Hotel. Business boy. There's no use going. Let's go. There's the. By the way, more than anything, they fed Marine Captain Jack.
Yeah, you have to. You respond.
Earnestness and Jack's sort of thou.
Feeling of this ship, the Interceptor. I mean, I remember this day when the two ships separated, and I was told, okay, we're going to cut two lines. I remember they were tied together in San Pedro, and all these other lines running across, and yeah, and my brilliant idea, Orlando's going to cut the ropes. So I remember saying, when I say action, he cuts the ropes and the two ships separate. But there's these huge, 4-inch lines attached to the ships, and there was 5 of these big fat lines, and the Marine unit saying, we're going to let 2 of them go, okay, and then.
So interrupting by my dad.
When you say action, we're going to let the other 2 go. And the ships are full of, the sails are full. And
oh yeah,
and the camera wasn't even rolling, and suddenly boats just started moving.
Yep.
Just wind, boats just started moving, lines were stretching, and I was just like, turn over, roll camera, and Martin's looking at me, what? He's putting the camera on the head, and what? And they just turn over because it took 4 hours to get them into position. They weren't going to come back, and the sun's going down, and we just started turning over, and it was insane. And then you could hear the sound of the lines just going, and I was like, action, action, and nobody was ready, action, action, and the just sound of rope and ship and the things
that was the most frightening sound.
And I remember you saying on your microphone, you can hear, you're like, this is, what did you say? Something's horribly wrong here. This is not
something's
good.
Not right,
yeah,
or something.
Is this supposed to happen? Not good.
Not good. Yeah.
Not good.
It was that moment right there. Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Right there.
All these lines, and you can see that these lines right there that are getting taut. Right after that moment, they were snapping, and bits of wood were flying across frame, and one of them caught one of those pegs.
It was a belaying pin, yeah. The rope got taut. You could hear the ropes going, getting really tight, like rubber bands. And I thought, this is wrong, something's wrong. There's a tape of it somewhere. And suddenly it snapped, and just went right into my knee at full speed, and what felt like taking a ball-peen hammer to the kneecap. And it's the first thing in my life that's ever taken me off my feet.
You were out of frame. It was like somebody edited
just gone.
the shot. You were in shot, and then you were gone.
You should put that on the DVD, man. I got the recording, you got the
It's unbelievable. Yeah, we should actually put that together, because you just dropped to the floor. And
gone.
I think, 6 inches higher, and
oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, thank God I've got 2 kids.
Yeah. Game over. I think that was the beginning of our whole sort of, oh boy, this movie's gonna, when you hit the ground running, making a movie like this in under a year, and you're improvising, I mean, Ryan, I mean, that could have been really ugly.
It could have been ugly, but it turned out all right. That was the moment. Just that was when I drove the ship for the first time to Lady Washington.
And you had to just stand, and you couldn't walk. I said, are you all right? And you're like, as long as I don't have to move. And then they put you at the wheel.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling, okay, crew, duck down. Bring the ships closer.
I had no idea. It was like suddenly the crew it was like roll, and then the crew